how did you get the idea for these game books?
Well, I've always been interested in games. I like playing games as a hobby, and I also like reading lots of fantasy literature. I thought, wouldn't it be a great idea to actually combine the best two aspects of both, so they're part game, part book, so they are fighting fantasy game books.
How do they differ from ordinary science fiction books then?
Well,
Games like Dungeons and Dragons?
Dungeons and Dragons is a game for many players, a multiplayer game, and it's quite a high commitment game, but it's the same sort of thing. You're acting a role in pursuit of some legendary treasure or to kill a monster or something, but this is actually for one person, and it's not as complicated as Dungeons and Dragons.
Is that why you think perhaps that these books are so popular?
Well, it's got the same sort of appeal, the worlds of monsters and magic, but the most appealing thing is that you are the central character in the book. So you can see, you've got the City of Thieves, you're actually going on an adventure, and if you see, they're highly illustrated, and if you read sequentially, they make no sense whatsoever. You're flicking around actually, going from bit to bit, and literally hundreds of ways of going through the book. So every time you read it, it's a different story.
So you're trying to find your own path to the pot of gold or whatever happens at the end.
That's right, yeah. And whether or not you succeed is entirely in your hands. And so they're a lot more useful than, say, video games, which all you're doing is tapping away at a keyboard and maybe improving your reflexes. Here you're actually making decisions, and there are problems, puzzles, and riddles to overcome, and you might get bits of information, and you actually keep a record of things you actually do. So if you might get a bit of a map or a potion of invisibility or an artifact which you'll be able to use later on, because the book will say, have you got a potion of invisibility? If you have, turn to one page. If you haven't, turn to another.